it's time for Hot Topics. As usual, every Friday we take a look at what's been happening in the entertainment industry. And joining me is Steven Swendo, editor with the Pulse.
Good morning.
Good morning. And you guys had abandoned us, but it's okay. Quinta Mbori Saina, who is an editor with the Standard. Now, the biggest event in a while just happened last week. And that was the Choma na Ngoma. I mean, I need to know what you people... I didn't attend it. I was unable to. But I'll start with you, Quinta. What do you feel about that event? And it has made headlines on many of our publications.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just looking at...
on set we have a poster. There's a poster on the floor. Now, right? I don't know if you can see it. And it's just giving us a full view of that. We have Sauti Sol, we have Nandi, Willie Paul, everybody that performs right there. We have, I think, Hat the band. And I think you can get it from one of our today's paper. You can actually get that, and if you're a big fan of those artists, maybe you can hang it in your room.
Yes,
something.
No, it was a beautiful event. Yes, beautiful, and I mean,
come on, give us the tea.
No, wait. And I would like to, congratulate Tom, Japanese, and the brains, behind the event, because. For me, it's about celebrating our local talent, and I mean, I was there until very late in the night.
Yeah.
And really, the performance from Sauti Sol, the performance from Willie Jose was amazing. Yes, it was really nice. Yes, it was. It was amazing, and I mean, just a while back we were talking about play Kenyan music and the artists are not good enough. I think we need to have more of these live shows because it's like something just happens. Yes.
And on last week's Friday chat on this same, we're talking about Choma na Ngoma, and I did mention that it is, when I looked at the outline of the artists that were supposed to attend, I was more excited about Sauti Sol and Hat the band and Willie Paul than I would be about the foreign. Nothing against them, but nothing against them. But I was more excited about our very own, and I think it's very nice that Kenyan music has gotten to a point where we ourselves can appreciate it. And I've heard that the performance is actually delivered.
It was
particularly
nice.
From our local
you know what, Trixie, I'm even well, I'm wondering.
Yes.
I'm hoping that sometime in the near future that our own Kenyan acts will be, the star performers at a concert in Nigeria, in Ghana, in TZ. I don't know whether that has happened. But I'm looking forward to that day.
I think it has happened in the days of Kalamashaka and the likes. We fell from grace a bit, but then we're rising back up. And I think
we're getting that. I think a very honest way. And again, we get to know your taste is Sauti Sol and Had the band. You love the boys in the band, right?
I do.
And so I think we're getting there. As a matter of fact, Willie Pose just came from Tanzania, where she was performing at Nandi's event. Was it Thursday, Wednesday? A little bit of tragedy, but they're well. And again, I think we are crossing the borders. Before Sauti Sol came for the show on Friday, they just came from South Africa for a concert. And so I believe we should make the noise about ourselves and our people, just being out there and, interested in the world in our art. And talking about all these guys, and even as we come to this, there's a lot of Kenyan music coming out right now. Actually, the freshmen have a lot of music, and I think we're defining ourselves in a new generation of music. But coming to Choma na Ngoma, this thing was lit.
It was lit.
That's what we're saying, as hot as Choma, and that's what you'll find in the Pulse today. And from the presentations that we see here, I was there, I witnessed what all that was going on, and I can tell you the thousands and thousands who were at KCC and a number of people who are following what was going on there from all over the world can attest that this was really great. Thing about our artists is I think they are up in their game. We saw Alicia's taking the stage first. Even as people were coming in, this Lingala beat and this beautiful girl. And before you're just thinking, that's not a band. Actually, that's somebody performing. Then Willie Pose comes to stage. Then the mashup with Nandi and all that. I know people have been talking about what were they doing? What was that? Was that gospel? No, it was entertainment, and that's what we call it. And so asking whether Willie Pose was gospel then, he was entertaining, and I think he killed it.
Yeah, we need to stop nitpicking and telling. Yeah,
we be complaining many times that our artists get timid on stage and don't show the real art of the basic self that they are. And I think Willie Posey is one performer who brought the art out. Of course. At the band, you know, and the Soul Generation, Soul Generation just doing their thing, that was brilliant. And all that, go to Patoranking and all that, and people would say, well, Patoranking wasn't the best ABCD. Of course, he was among the best. And of course, when you're put among the best, you become what you became.
And I just love, I'm biased, I'm sorry to say, but I'm just happy that Sauti Soul and the likes mopped the floor with the rest of them.
And you should have seen the energies from, you know, the revelers. Everybody was happy and they were anxious, and, you know, when these guys hit the stage, you could just, you know, it was just fireworks. Yes, fireworks.
Ooh, I wish I made it to that
next
event.
time.
It's okay. There's always the next time.
Maybe just make a private party for you and the boys. Have the band and so now that we know.
With all the noise I've made about them, and at least, as you say, we should make a lot of noise about our very own artists, and it's fun to think about the fact that we can make a lot of noise about them and at the same time have them actually deliver. That's another thing, because we're talking international performances. They were in South Africa, probably been traversing the globe and performing wherever. And on a different note, Nandi was here, she performed. There were mixed reactions. Some people felt that her performance was nice and soulful, others not so much. What did you think about Nandi's performance?
Nandi is young and talented.
She's young and talented.
Young and talented.
Is she the one we call the African princess? Yes.
Young and talented, and I like the fact that, well, there are people who have been there before her, who are probably, because of experience, they do a better job. But I like where she's going. I like her spirit.
Yeah.
I like her energy. You know, she just gives it all.
And she sings with her heart.
I think, she looks good. Her voice sounds good. So
very sultry.
Yes, I liked particularly her performance with Willie Paul. It was amazing. Yes, they have chemistry, right?
I don't know who would say Nandi wasn't a great performer of the night. I don't know. One, I'm a great fan of Nandi. I'm quite a great fan of Nandi because not because she's so beautiful.
But that
she has such a gorgeous look and a great voice for that matter. I think she's packaged herself to just take over the industry. In terms of music, I don't know how many people knew Nandi last year, time like this, the way we know her. We would talk about Vanessa, we would talk about all those other artists. Nandi came from nowhere, is taking over Tanzanian showbiz right now. And she comes to stage and offers to bring her own band all the way from Tanzania and gives us a live show that we've never seen before. And I don't think ever Nandi has ever had a performance of that level. I mean, she took over 30 minutes on stage, coming back to do a thing with Willie Paul. I mean, with all those attires and showbiz look. I don't know who says that she didn't have a great show.
The other thing is, she's the entire package. Where she's probably not very good at, she has a team. She complements. She has a team of, I mean, amazing dancers, yes. And she has backup singers, and the band was.
And
the
her
real
voice,
deal.
my God, her voice is amazing. I wasn't there, but I've listened to her on these other shows that we have on YouTube, and the performance, her songs, her voice is
amazing.
And it's one of a kind.
And
you can't argue with that.
The other thing about Nandi is she's realized there's potential. There's a vacuum.
And
she has jumped right in. So for me, girl, I mean, just do your thing.
And there's usually a disparity between male and female artists. In Africa, we have the males performing really well, but then the females are, but I hope she's going to be one of those that really make it far.
And the other thing is she's not she's calm in a way, but when she
brings it out.
She's calm and witty. When you combine those two, you really bring out.
She's the exact opposite of say Yemi, because Yemi is a ball of energy. Yes. Now Nandi has this very soft energy, but still you really get to feel her impact.
I love her performances.
And talk about Yemi. Yemi is in town actually for another show. Yemi is in town. Diamond is in town. You know, Morgan Heritage in town. Tomorrow's is in town. So yes, tomorrow.
The entertainment scene is clearly not going to be calming down anytime soon. But Nandi had an accident. Did you hear about that?
I mean, true. When she left here. over the weekend, she was actually going for her own concert. A big concert that was being held after Eid. I mean, the celebrations and all that. And she had all this team of artists, so they were doing their own road thing and stuff. And the bus, you know, rolled, and there was all that panic that artists in a bus perished and all that, because if you just look at the pictures that were running on social media and the stories that were coming from Tanzania, you just think, oh, what stories are we waiting to hear? And of course, Willie Paul had already crossed the border to go and be part of the show. But fortunately, yes, nobody was really seriously hurt.
I mean, like we said, they performed really well. So when you hear something negative coming out of that situation, you don't want.
And we want that kind of collaboration.
We have that sort those, and they have good chemistry. And like I said, we should stop, you know, basically attacking people and telling them what. If you're an artist, you're an artist. If you're inspired to perform gospel, I think.
I think the best thing that Willie Paul will do for us now, and I think he must be watching the show, or friends will be telling him that we need to define where he is. Basically, again, for those who care, be said, we follow Willie Paul because we like the characteristics, all the mannerisms, all the morals of the Bible or church, as opposed to showbiz as it would be. We just need to define that, and then we cross the road and go. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we have artists who really say they're just saying inspirational songs. They don't know, because
you
know, the moment you box yourself and say, you know, I am gospel, there are expectations that that are gonna come. And now, perhaps, now, if you're not able to meet those expectations, now you're gonna get mixed reactions from,
and people start beating you down, and you know.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Paul singing gospel and singing contemporary. Really, there's nothing wrong.
If you're talented, I imagine the talent came from God, and your inspiration should. You
and
know,
many artists world over began from church. Sometimes I don't take you know, judgment in terms of you would start from church and end up just becoming an artist. And I think, again, like she's saying, God gave us all talents. Quinta is here writing about them and promoting God's work, of course. Mike is here, of course, you know, anchoring and promoting God's work. I don't think you have to really be singing gospel artist to say you are really inspiring and helping people out.
I think so too. The Pulsar is out.
Oh, yes.
Pretty cool cover, very slick, purple, and the personality of the day or the month.
Our very own
Caliph Grass.
The OG. OG. I just like the way we are holding the copies like that, but I just like to say, guys, if you don't have a copy where you are, because this is all for free and Kenyans should be having this, just get yourself to www.pulsar.co.ke where you can get a free of all this goodness.
Well, I like page 12.
Page 12?
Ashok, yes, Ashok. Ashok is one.
I know.
Ashok,
No, not really hot dads. Forget about him being a hot dad. He is really talented.
He is.
Yes, he's talented. I attended his fashion show, I think, sometime last month. And this guy, oh my God.
I follow him on Instagram.
And can you imagine all those outfits you see are done locally?
And somebody on set is wearing some of his work.
Yes. Oh, by the way.
Can you just...
Ashok is a great designer. And again, what we presented in the Pulsar this month, of course, was you know, Father's month.
Is he the guy?
Yes.
Yes, he's the one.
You would think that he is just a model hired by the Ashok.
He's a model by himself.
He's a model.
So, Ashok, wherever he is, I dress a lot of Ashok myself. My jacket is Ashok today. Jay's is down here, so we dress Kenyan stuff.
Buy Kenya.
You know,
buy Kenya, promote Kenya.
But above that, the Pulsar is a rich magazine, and like we always say, a lot of content on entertainment and lifestyle, all that. A big story today in this edition, for that matter, for this month, is the OG, Calligraph Jones, where he opens up about his life. He talks about his family. He talks about his art, and he talks about, you know, the little baby coming and all that. And great stories there. Triple threat, the likes of Mayonde, Gina Dill, Trina, and moving across to whatever else is happening in terms of lifestyle, where you need to go and tour, and a lot of stuff there. And I think people should just go online and just see what the Pulsar is all about. And again, insisting that, yes, all for free. All for you.
All for free.
You like this page, Queen?
What page is that?
No, I just like the look and feel of outside.
The look and feel is, it's really well published, produced,
well packaged,
whatever the term is, very well packaged. It's beautiful. I can see the very talented Nick Mutuma here with his gorgeous daughter. Oh my goodness!
Right, and getting to the fashion again. All Kenyan actually a thing out there with beautiful dresses and fashion for the season. And I think it's basically we're just saying Africa has talent, and that is what we again here our hot topics we'll just be talking about this morning. That all this is a package of what we have as East African showbiz and talent, and stretching across Africa, where you saw that young lady who is actually waiting for her moments during the BTs.
I also have the vloggers making it onto the paper on page 44. We're having Nesting with Nancy.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to know what she's been up to, who she's repping, and whatever she goes into being a vlogger, a successful one in Kenya, you need to take a look at this paper. There's so much it is offering.
And for those guys who love food, you know, like food and like cooking, going to page 18, I'll just square that out. You know, there's a little grill there.
For bachelors, yes.
Yeah, last time we were checking out if you can invite us for a
Still, by the way.
I know that.
I don't want to. No. Let's leave that crown for this.
All right.
Remember, at this invited you guys over
for a grill.
Yes.
And so after the grill, you just do a little bit of veggie there.
Nice.
Perfection and all that. I mean,
for
a lot of food and all
we have it's a G's life. What is a G, Stevens?
I mean, the OGs live a G's life. So you can connect what you're saying there. You know, guys who just don't smile a lot. You know, you don't dance a lot, you just nod your head like, yo, I've made it, I've money, so what are you talking about? So, I mean, it's for guys to just go online, grab a copy, maybe on your favorite malls and all that, your best eateries.
An international, the last time we had 2 editions, a local one and an international one. Are we
no need.
That
this is full package from Africa to the world. So yes,
nice.
We give it to them, and yes, we're saying it's all for free. I mean, get it, grab it, all for free at your favorite shopping mall and best eateries in this town and all over Kenya.
It is
you grab
free.
It for it, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't have an excuse, especially if you're into this type. I mean, what wouldn't you like on this publication? Now, from the Pulsar, let's move to the Nairobian. What's making headlines today?
Let's see. Let's have a look.
Never a dull moment on the Nairobian.
Trust you me. As long as you have 50 shillings,
as long as
you have 50 shillings, 50 shillings of juicy stories. Yeah. Now I see a story on, a follow-up on Bishop Apostle Nganga's predicament there, and this gentleman called Robert Wafula, who allegedly resigned.
Is it bishop or pastor?
Yeah, one of his bishops. Yes, the Nairobian caught up with Robert Wafula, and he was able to, clear the air about what's going on. But
I read something there because I've read the paper where he says, I know I came with matambaras and all those things in church, but you came looking the same way.
I don't know, there was a picture.
On the headline, I mean, it says, I never chewed Apostle Nganga's wife.
If you look at page 5, yes, we see Wafula and Nganga from way back.
Yes.
So, maybe
they were really close.
Maybe there's a point there when he says that they all came with matutas and vitambaras, so the Lord has been good, and they are both in the growth.
Good,
yes, but if you want more details about the juicy story, you just need to grab a copy of the Nairobian. And just get, because he has been trending. I think the whole of this year he has been in the headlines. Exactly.
Video after video. There's the one that he was off somewhere fasting for some time, wearing, I think it was, I don't know, some sort of garb. And then there's the one with where he was cautioning his bishops against disrespecting.
Controversy has really been following.
Controversy has.
You remember the incident with the Rose Muhando also when he was exercising.
Yeah, he was conducting an exorcism, and we were really curious. Steven says it's funny.
No, I don't understand. Actually, I don't understand. Even why the wife would say sometimes she would also get disturbed about behaviors. I mean, that's really
it's out
deep.
there. But I'm speaking of Rose Muhando, I hope she's doing well, because she was one of the greatest gospel artists we've had.
I wouldn't talk about
Rose is a show, and a show on its own.
Yeah.
Yes, but Wow.
I
think she's doing okay.
I hope she's doing well. I'm praying that she's doing okay, because we grew up on her music, and you know, she really entertained us. She blessed us with her talent,
her energy,
and her voice, and her energy. But now,
exactly.
I mean, I'm hoping she keeps that up and does well for herself. What else is on the Nairobi?
We also have a story about parents who hate their own children.
Who?
Yes, I know. It's a reality, yes. The parents who don't want to see their children for one reason or the other. So the Nairobian has tried to...
How do you get to hate their own children? I mean, how do you get to that point? I mean...
That's why you need to grab a copy. Yeah, it happens. Yes, the parents who don't
Maybe
like...
they hate their father.
Don't you remember the case of... No, do you remember the case of the guy who colluded with... the girlfriend and the mother, the son,
to kill the child so that they can live happily ever after.
Yes, so
I get it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's so sad.
These things happen.
These things happen. They shouldn't in our society, but I guess that's why we have the Nairobian to get the pulse and just
to give you news.
What's happening and how can we actually stop such vices in our society? Is there anything else?
Yes, we also have a story on our governor. Yes. Our governor.
There's something.
Yes. There's a gentleman. He seems to be, having beef with him.
Some other rich guy who says that the governor has beef with him for one reason
or the other. Yes.
I guess.
But you need to have a look at page 3 of the Nairobian, where we have very beautiful girls in Matuta. Yes, they're in Matuta is looking very, and they're looking very nice.
Yeah, and they call them Bantu.
We should say hashtag Ifikie Nganga. These girls look very nice.
Hashtag Ifikie Nganga. There's nothing wrong with Matuta.
Looks very nice. And then maybe finally we can have we have page 17, where we have fireworks. Yes, interesting columnist there from Sarah Halua and of course one Silas Nyanchwani. Nyanchwani is crazy about women in Nairobi. Says no city has so many hot women like Nairobi.
And he describes how he would be late for a meeting and he would just, not mind because he's taking his time to absorb and appreciate the views that Nairobi.
Beautiful women. And coming from Silas, this is a big deal. Only in the Nairobian. Have a copy.
Now, you talked about the governor. Apparently, his daughter earlier this month was involved in an accident. An incident, let's say, and with a local senator. Do you tell us more about that?
I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. And so much happening. When you're just talking about our governor, I just remember during the celebrations and the walkaway. Woman power. Walkaway, and she says, I'm not your husband and all those things. But again, over the weekend, when we were having the big game on Saturday night, the governor's daughter was having an outing, of course, like all of us, enjoying football at Memphis, Thika Road, super highway, a place we would find everybody USA class. I mean, she wasn't in a bad place. And she was there with her friend, Lamu Senator, and as they were enjoying the game, she gets out and goes to the washroom, and suddenly somebody comes attacking her. She says, pulls her blouse, and all those are records already with the police because she recorded her statement. And before she knows it, she's screaming and she's trying to help herself. Somebody's already insisting that whatever it was, then somebody else is throwing stones towards her, and that's when the senator discovered there's trouble in the room and rushes and says, leave her alone. Actually says, leave my girl alone. And so that brings us to another question. And so are they an item? Are they just friends? Or what was going on?
I mean, maybe he just said that as a way of protecting her. If you say leave my girl alone, somebody...
There's nothing wrong even if you knew it was something else. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We don't know the motive of the attack, and the story is quite elaborate on page 6 of the Pulse today.
And that's also on your screen right now, Inside Senators.
It's right there. And people need to grab a copy of the Pulse. It's free again in the Standard. And that was quite an instance whereby the governor was, the senator was followed again as they were walking out. You can imagine these guys are whisked away. You think they have gone, and as you exit from the club, you find 9 other guys. It's a gang try to attack them. And so besides the entire humor of, is this a date? Are they lovers or something? But the whole instance of an entire senator being attacked. And
my
all
question is, every time we publish this story, the senator's picture, his thick hat on a bed, but Saumu's picture is always, she's
standing.
She's always looking nice.
She was protecting him. She was protecting his face. That's what she says. She was protecting his face.
No. Look at the screen. How come
I feel you, Trixie.
Yeah.
I feel you. Why are we not having photo of Saumu, the injured
just
Saumu?
Normal. An injured.
Saumu was not injured.
No.
She was just, her blouse was just working.
Show us the blouse then. Why is she always giving her as her back? I mean, it shows some sort of portrayal. What are you trying to
I mean, Saumu is showbiz for us. End of the day, I know she's the governor's daughter, but even from the days she was in campus and all that, Saumu has always been showbiz for us. Whether you're carrying guns or you're out in the club, try to flash all the money for your girls and all that. So, I mean, that's the image she portrays to us, and I think that's how the world knows her, not her.
Even when she's injured.
No, I mean, you're not injured so much, so why should you show not so much injured?
I think what Trixie is saying, Steve, is Saumu is having a moment. She's going through a moment right now, really. You could save us the
picture has nothing to do with the story. I mean, we know that she has these kinds of pictures where she's showing her beautiful
but
self.
we also have pictures of her,
just looking normal. So, but then
she has photos of her fully clothed.
I hear what you're taking this, but again, yes, it's a feel-good life, this one.
But I have a question. I have a question, for the panel. Like, is it, at what point, is it okay can a married person just have a female friend?
A female friend.
And vice versa, yeah? Can a married man have a female friend? Can a married woman hang out with a male friend without raising eyebrows? Yes.
You can have a friend, I think. I'm not married, so I don't know. But you can have, I'll speak from a point of ignorance. You can have a friend, but then there's no guarantee that you will not raise eyebrows. That's what I think. Steve?
I'm
trying to be the reader here because
I don't think you will live in an isolate life or isolate world whereby all the people I hang out with are just men. I mean, that's really insincere in myself. Whether married or single. I mean, if I was hanging out with Quinta or you, and we're just having, a light moment, whether it was lunch or something, and somebody picks something out of it and says, oh, what are those guys up to? I mean, sometimes we get too petty, that we become too careful that we don't live the life in full. I mean, live your life.
And gossipy.
Yes, she's my point. Exactly.
Yes.
I mean,
you can have,
these guys could just hang out as
they
friends.
could, and probably I feel like you'd say, leave my girl alone as a way of protecting her. Yeah, because when you invoke that sort of word.
They leave my girl alone, and there's also leave my woman
alone.
So those two different things.
There's that.
Yes.
Anyway, there's that. Jay-Z is a billionaire, we have been told. I mean, that is pretty cool news, I think, for blacks everywhere across the world. What do you think, Quinta?
Ooh, yes, you said Jay-Z is a billionaire, and Rihanna is the richest female musician.
And she's making a lot of money for him through Uber, actually.
And guys were saying that the reason Rihanna, managed to achieve that is because of her song Work, Work, Work. She's just been working. But if you notice, she's been out of the limelight for a very long time. That girl is busy.
Yeah, she diversified her portfolio.
Now
she went into Fenty beauty products and the design Tidal.
So a big moment for me. I'm proud. I'm happy for Jay-Z, but I'm particularly very happy for
she's even richer than Beyonce.
Woo, I know.
That's incredible.
I mean, hardworking girl, but a lesson to our artists. Sometimes you can't make the money from just the music. You have to,
be smart.
Yes, you have to be smart. You have to go, think beyond. They say think without the box. All right. Yes. Well, how else can you
make money?
Compliment from your image. Because Jay-Z, in as much as he's a musician, well, he has raked in millions from the music. However, he is also doing other things.
Yeah.
So a great lesson for everyone, but particularly for artists, because we don't want to get to a scenario where when suddenly you fall sick, now we have to, the pay bill has to start circulating.
Yeah, we start doing harambes for you. I mean, that's a lesson to musicians, and I guess everybody, literally. If you have a job and you have other talents, make use of them. You might just wind up on the Forbes most rich,
you know, self-made billionaire.
Self-made billionaires. You know, we were talking about Kylie Jenner, and now we're talking about Jay-Z and Rihanna. Pretty good news. And that wraps up our section of Hot Topics. It's Feel Good Friday. We've had some good music. We were expecting a particular guest, but he did not show up, but it's okay. We had fun regardless.
It's warm in here.
It's warm in here. Michael Gitonga is going to join me as we wrap this up. It has been a beautiful, great show. Always fantastic having you guys on board.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Mike.
Wonderful topics. I was just sitting there and enjoying myself.